Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, we're just doing my 2025 lifestyle favorites. Now, these are my overall favorites. Every year I do my favorite in beauty, so meaning makeup, meaning skincare, meaning fragrances, all of that good stuff. However, last year's video I got a comment and said, please keep doing makeup and overall favorites, i.e. books, art, jewelry, or clothing. And I responded back, that's actually a really good idea. Like, I like that idea. Like, having a separate video, not included in my makeup and beauty and all of that, a separate video where I talk about my lifestyle favorites, just things I've been overall loving. And I was like, I have favorite books, maybe not favorite art. No art this year. Even though I went to a few museums, if you follow me, maybe I'll do, this is just coming to me in my mind, my favorite trips. I'll replace art with trips because I went to some museums, I saw some art on my trips. Let's do favorite trips, jewelry or clothing. And I'm going to do jewelry, clothing, trips, books, body. I'm going to do all the things I'm liking outside of makeup and skincare because I've loved a lot, but I think these are more personal to me. They're things I've repeated. They're things I love and things I really want to talk about. So if you have any suggestions for next year of what to include in this video, because this is the first year I'm doing a lifestyle overall 2025 things. But if you have a what you want to see in 2026, let me know down below and I will make sure to add it because I make videos for you guys, so your recommendations are always important to me. Now I'll put timestamps down below in the description box if you want to skip around to different parts of today's video. But what should I start with first? I'll start with trips first because that's new. I don't have it on my list. My favorite trips. Now every category I'll do 3 to 5, no more, no less than 3, no more than 5 in each category. I just uploaded my Tokyo vlog and I'd have to say top 3 trips this year. Number 1, Tokyo, Japan, definitely. For me, it's the longest flight I've ever been on, but it's the most impactful in terms of like seeing the culture. I didn't do a wrap up at the end of that video either like I normally do. I did not want that video to go over an hour, and as you can see, it was right there at 53 minutes, and I was like, I don't want it to get too long. I want you guys to be engaged, and I think I put a lot of engaging content in that Tokyo vlog. I put my heart and soul in it, just like my friend Lashana. She's the one who made the itinerary for that trip. What app did she use? That's a common question I got in that vlog. Wanderlog. It's an app I was not familiar with. It's for planning itineraries and trips. It was really good because we could see the cost of everything because it broke down the time, how long it took to get to each place, what's the best way to get there, whether it's walking, whether it's taking public transit, whether it's Ubering, like whatever the case may be. It was very much so a great app. People asked about the food. I'd say food-wise, there was nothing that I ate that I felt like I have to come back for this thing in particular. I had Wagyu steak. Honestly, I think I've had some great Wagyu steak here in the Japanese A5 Wagyu steak. That's a big thing. I honestly, and this is just my palate, I've paid $280, almost $300 for a good steak here. You can get some good steaks in the United States if you're willing to pay that money. There was nothing that I felt like. I've had amazing ramen in the United States too. Like I've had amazing food. So it was nothing, food wasn't bad. It was nowhere near bad, but it also wasn't like I'm going on a culinary experience trip. I think for me where it was I love being in a different culture. I love seeing like the little kids in their backpacks and like going to school and just holding hands and their little water bottles. I like seeing culture around me. That's what I look for more in my trips than anything else, really. I don't look for, not a big party girl. I have a little cocktail here and there, but I'm not like a big, I'm out to be outside. It was just an overall wonderful experience from the culture of it all, from the Disneyland, riding through the streets of Tokyo. Like I just enjoyed just seeing how everyday people, how polite they are, the bowing. I just loved being there. So I think it was an overall great trip. I love going to Chicago. Every time I'm going to go to Chicago, I'm going to like the dilly-dallying nature of Chicago. Chicago to me is just summer. Now, I've never been outside of I've only visited in like a June, July. I think this year I went in August. It was still very warm in August. Like, I ain't going in no winter, so I don't know nothing about what's going on in Chicago right now. However, I love a good summer dilly-dally in Chicago. That's always going to be a big, good trip for me. And then trying to think, I didn't go on as many trips this year because I knew Tokyo was going to be my biggest trip. I did St. Thomas, I did New York, I did Miami. Let me do Miami. I think Miami was a good trip for me in a way that's not. New York is always a fun trip. I love seeing the musicals, but I think Miami was fun from a reset. I needed a reset. Like this first quarter of this year was just crazy to me, and I loved it from a standpoint of my flight was free because I used points, and my hotel was free because I used points. I like a good, in my mind, girl math, that trip was free. So I needed a good reset. It wasn't a long trip, it was just a weekend trip, but I'd never been to Miami either, so that was new to me. Like I've been to Miami from the standpoint of I've been to Miami a few years ago and boarded to go on a cruise. Like I've been, I think I probably had a layover in Miami once before too when I went to Curacao. But I've never spent days in Miami, and so that was a really good reset, refresh. Again, next year I think I'm only going to do probably 3 major trips also because I start a new job on next, as I'm filming this next Monday, which is exciting for me. As you're watching this, it's the first week in January when I start the job. So it feels like new year, new job, going into it with a great mindset. I do have one less week of PTO because I'm new. I'm not an 8-year person like I was at my old job where I've been there 8 years. So there's a level of I gotta work up to more PTO, which is the suckiest word. One less week means I got to be very strategic in next year and how I plan things. So we'll see what comes next year, but I think I have 3 big places and I'm excited for those 3 big places. Next, let's go into books. Books, I do full reviews if you don't know on my TikTok. That's just the one platform where it makes the most sense, where it's the smorgasbord. It's where I post content that this makes sense. So I do reviews. I have reviews on every single one of these books that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to do just my top 4 books of this year. These are all books I gave a 5-star rating. I'm not going to spoil anything in this, but my reviews on TikTok are spoilers. So if you want to know why I gave something a low score or why I gave something a high score, check out my TikTok. My number 1 book of this year was Monday's Not Coming. It was a book club. You guys know I'm a part of a book club. We do book club every month. So that means I've read 12 books. Maybe I think we skipped a month, so might have did 11. All because of book club, and then a couple this year that I read because I wanted to. Monday's Not Coming, Tiffany D. Jackson, incredible book. I think it technically falls into the YA category, but so there's The Hunger Games, so there's all these books, and there's great, amazing books. It's realism. I like books. I'm not a spicy romance girl. So somebody I think asked in one of my book reviews where I was talking about a book, they were like, "Is there spice in it?" And it was nowhere near a spicy book. Like, no, this is trauma. Like, there shouldn't be no spice. There shouldn't be no spice in none of these books. Like, if you're looking for a spice recommendation, there's plenty of girls on TikTok who give those books. My book reviews, it's rarely ever going to be spice unless it was something picked for the book club. I personally like to be challenged. I like to think. I like to take me outside of my element in my book. That's why controversial. I didn't hate Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us, just because it took me out of it made me think. It made me think about like DV in a different, not in a different way, but like challenge some of my thoughts. And I like to challenge some of my thoughts on the conventional side of things. And so this one challenges my thoughts around like who should step up in certain situations, who needs to be, are we losing community, the police, does the government need a stronger hand, does family, does church, who needs to be mindful of things that are going on. So again, not spoiling anything, but just a really good book. This is, I think, her second book. Tiffany G. Jackson, Black author, second book that she ever wrote, and is incredible like this. I mean, good read. My second book was a good popcorn book, something that Frida McFadden makes popcorn books. I think her movie for The Handmaid's Tale just came out as I'm recording this. But Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I like this because it's a quick popcorn book. It's a book that will get you out of a slump. If you're like in a reading slump and you need something quick, this was not a book club read. This was just an in-between book club read for me. And I was able to read this and be ready to read the next book because you can read this fast. It's a fast read. It's a thriller. Frida makes thrillers. She has The Housemaid. Did she do? No, Colleen did Verity. Colleen did Verity, Housemaid. What is another book? She did The Crash, Ward D. She has a lot of other books. I do want to read more. The Coworker, One by One. Like, Frida has a lot of books, and the Housemaid series has like I think 3 other books in the Housemaid series. So really good, strong thriller, page turner. You want to find out what happens. These are all 4. These are only my all 4 5-star reads. I didn't give a lot of 5 stars. I read 13 books this year. which my goal was supposed to be 16. I did not meet that. There's sometimes when I get busy season at work because I do campus recruiting, it's going to be the same thing in my new job too, because I'm doing similar work. I'm still in the campus world. So there are going to be seasons where I don't read a book for about 7 weeks. I can't even focus. But This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. I read all 3 of her books this year. All 3 were for book club. Can't Get Enough, Before I Let Go. This was my only 5-star of those. I did enjoy, I'll do a rankings on my TikTok too. So I'm going to rank all my 13 books. So you'll see where Before I Let Go and Can't Get Enough fall. But for me, this was the 5-star of them. I just enjoyed some of that story. Was there a little mess to it? Yes. And my last 5-star read of this year was All the Sinners Bleed, S.A. Cosby. And I love that my top 4, like 3 of my top 4 are all Black authors. Let's go, win, win, win. I read books for the books, and the relatability of it sometimes pulls me in a bit more, and I think because it's a Black author, of course they're relating to me in a way that pulls me a bit. This one pulled me in from the simple fact that it's rural. I grew up very rural, not rural Virginia. This takes place in rural Virginia, but rural North Carolina. We right there, honey. We share a border. Our rural, I think it was relatable in the sense that you can picture these towns. I saw this town vividly in my mind. S.A. Cosby, Black man writer, has some good books. I already bought Razor Blade Tears, so I own that. I consider this more of a mystery. Did I give this? Did I make this 5 or did I give it 4.9? It might be. These might be my. I might have knocked this down a bit. The only reason I knocked this down a bit, I talk about in my spoiler review, is just pacing. I'll say pacing more than anything. There's a real reason why I gave it, but there's something in here that just knocked it down just a little bit for me. But nonetheless, all amazing books, all recommendations. If you have not read them in this year or yet, please pick up one of those in 2026. Jewelry, as she mentioned, my top pieces that you've seen me wear this year, I'd say probably my cross necklace. I keep coming back to my cross necklace. I got this from Etsy. I think it's just been a good staple. I feel protected when I normally earlier this year would only wear it if I was traveling because I need everything. I need my ring, my cross bracelet, and my cross necklace. But then after a certain point, I stopped traveling and I just have it on all the time. And I was just like, I just like it. It's just it's a nice dainty, necklace. It's got my little cross on it. I'm not a big necklace person, so I'm never like what's the big necklace that people be selling, like paparazzi and like those big. I don't like big. I like something very dainty. Like, girl, you got a necklace on? I didn't even notice it. I like dainty. I like dainty rings. I like dainty bracelets. I'm more of a dainty jewelry girl. Other than my other favorite this year, my Aura ring. Far from far from dainty, far from it. But we are 1 year in with the Aura ring. I did a review of the Aura on my TikTok as well. So if you follow me on TikTok, I gave my 1 year update. Or maybe I was almost a little bit under 1 year at that point. December made 1 year for me and the Aura ring. And I bought it with my HSA, so I did not spend my own money. In my mind, I'm thinking I spent it was a free ring because I contribute to my HSA. Luckily, knock on wood, most of my doctor's appointments are like annual visits. I'm not coming and going to the hospital for like emergency or urgent care. So my HSA, I say, remains pretty untouched for the most part throughout the year. I just be stacking in there. So this was a big purchase, but again, purchase that was free for me. All you have to do is change wherever you order it from. Amazon has a field where you can change to your HSA or your FSA. And for me, some people are like, the data that it collects, the data that I ain't giving nobody my information. I've already done my 23andMe. I've already gone to the police department, had to do my fingerprints for a job that I had a decade ago. I'm sure my information has been leaked in several data breaches because I get so many emails like, your information, sorry about that. We got hacked. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. In my mind, what are they going to do with how many steps I wrote, what my readiness score is, if I have major steps? Like, I don't care. Like, at this point, save it. For me, it's more about health. I talked about in another video that I had high blood pressure. I still have it. I had to have high blood pressure, and I was kind of teeter-tottering, trying to get to that, not trying to get to it, but I was kind of teeter-tottering that pre-diabetic range, and I needed to get out of it, and luckily I have. But health to me, over everything. I love it. I love my Aura ring. Let me start by saying that. What I don't love is that this is my third one. This is my third one, meaning not that I bought and spent my own money. There is a warranty. So if you have any issues, you can get another one. I was having a lot of battery issues with the first one. They're supposed to last on a single charge for days. Like I went to Miami in Miami vlog. I took my Roar Ring with me, left Friday, came back, what was it, Sunday? Didn't put my Oura Ring back on the charger till that Monday. Still probably was at 50% battery. So never charged it. Between going on a trip, a weekend trip, wouldn't even think to bring a charger. Then it started dying overnight. So I would put it on the charger. I have to put it on the charger at night, wake up in the morning. That thing would be like, all right, time to put it on the charger. You didn't last 24 hours. I can't go to sleep and you're dying. Got another one. Same thing happened over again. So this is my third time. They were customer service was really easy. It's like all I said was my ring dying. First time they were like, okay, let me look into it. The second time they were like, all right, sent it immediately. I don't know what it is, but I have friends who have it and they have never had this issue. Like I've been to 3 and I have a best friend, Jess. We got ours around the same time, maybe within a week. Maybe she got hers a week after mine. Incredibly never has had this issue. Still great on battery life. So she has a silver one. I don't know if it's a gold thing. The way they responded and as quickly as they got another one to me, I was like, they must know something is wrong with this batch. One recommendation that I always give is get that sizing kit, buy the sizing kit. Don't go into a store. I saw a TikTok video where someone was like, pro tip, go into the store, go into Best Buy or Target. I don't know if it was Target. Child, they can miss me with that. But wherever they were like, go in and try the thing. And I saw the first comment and I was happy with the first comment. I liked the first comment where it said, no, you need that sizing kit because I woke up in the middle of the night. My finger had turned purple or something. They said that was the same thing that happened to me. I bought the sizing kit and I just knew I was a size 8. I just knew it because that's what I am. I'm really a size 7 3/4 in all my rings. I put the sizing kit size 8 on. Child, I woke up in the middle of the night. Finger was throbbing. I had to get that ring off my finger. And I said, all right. So we are size 9. So I'm a size 9. Never wear a size 9. Don't just assume that your regular ring finger is going to work. So if it does, it's great. Wonderful. Fantastic. However, mine did not. I went up a size and a fourth than what I normally wear. I love it. I can't speak enough of good things about it in terms of when it knows when I'm sick before I know I'm sick. I get that minor size thing. I know I'm coming. The ring knows something is going on with my body, and that's what I love. I was fighting for my life after I came back from Tokyo with like a nose thing that was going on. Knew before I knew. I physically didn't have any signs. The next day after it knew, I had the minor signs and I was like, what's about to be happening? What's about to go down? And it went down. It can change like your oxygen levels, your heart rate, things that you don't even notice are changing. It can monitor those things. So I like it. For me, it's a health incentive. That's why your HSA covers it because they know you're not using it for fun and games. It's only for health. It's not like there's nothing I could do to play with this thing. It's really for my own self. So wear it all the time. Love it. Advocate for it. Very transparent about that battery life. Hate that happened, but I think it'd be a different story if I didn't get, if it was a warranty and I couldn't get new ones all the time. So my Oura Ring, I always wear my cross ring too. I got this from Etsy. That's been something that I've worn a lot this year. I wear like a lot of my jewelry this year. This is my Tokyo finger. If you watch my Tokyo vlog, my 2 rings that I made in Tokyo, they're not enough. I haven't had them long enough to become favorites, but my cross ring, I got it from Etsy and I love my cross ring. And then my David Yurman. I got this in St. Thomas, and that's probably my 4th thing that I've liked this year. Electronics. This year I invested in a microphone. So if you've noticed a difference in my speech or my sound and all of that good stuff, got a microphone. I've loved my mic this year. I think it just changed the quality of my sound. I did change my camera as well. I film now with my Sony ZV-1. I started the year still filming on my Canon. Canon went kaput and I reached for my Sony. I already own this camera, have had it for probably 4 years and never used it. Now this is all I use and you guys have seemed to like the quality, so I'm going to continue to use my Sony. I think my underwater camera has gotten a lot of love this year too. That's probably my 3rd camera that has really showed up this year. You guys know when I swim underwater or show you guys the underwater shots when I'm doing my is this swim friendly or testing it out, I use an underwater camera. It's only $50. It's like a GoPro, like faux GoPro, fake GoPro, and it's just a good underwater camera, good action sport camera too. I don't like the sound that comes from it, but I don't use the sound. You don't need underwater sounds. I think only buy this camera if you're looking for action things. So if you're riding a bike, if you're doing something where the camera can throw, break, you don't care as much underwater, that kind of thing. I just really got a lot of use out of that this year. So those are my three most used: my underwater camera, my Sony, and my mic have only been the electronics that I've loved and used. Next, let's go with purses. Purses this year, I think I've worn three on repeat this year. One is my Coach. I just bought it from the Dillard's outlet, and I surprisingly wear this more than anything else this year. I think this is my top. If I wore purses, it's the current purse I'm wearing like today and now. But if I switch out my purses once a week or whatever, I say I've worn this 30 out of 52 weeks of the year. My second purse is my Speedy. I wear that a lot in the fall, and the months where I bring out browns a lot more. I wore it this summer a little bit too, but my Speedy. Sometimes I don't love wearing it because I don't know. I feel sometimes really weird wearing luxury in certain spaces. I don't. It's a quirk of mine. I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or what, but like there's some times where I'm like, I don't want to wear I don't want, I don't want to do all this. And then I'm like, girl, embrace it. Wear your LV. Wear that Speedy. So I've been feeling more comfortable in my Speedy this year. I wanted that Speedy so bad, 2 years ago when I bought it. And then I see it and I'm like, oh, I don't want to reach for that. And it works. It slaps. It goes with so many different things. Like, don't be afraid. Wear it. Wear it is my phrase in 2026. And then my last favorite, it's probably my long chomp. I've worn my long chomp a lot this year. I bought three in this year. They're so kind of affordable in that way too, and they're so durable. I'm like a thrower, and I think the long chomp kind of allows you to be an all over the place girl. But those three, probably what I wore the most this year. Special occasions, of course, I wear my Coach tabby and all of that. But like a day to day me, work me, those are my top three. Body this year, normally I would put body in my makeup video, but I didn't have a lot of things that body was. I was like feeling perfume oils. If you follow me as a channel, I've been into perfumes this year a lot, but or in last year as well. But this year I also added in oils to kind of enhance the wear. I'm not somebody who likes to carry the fragrance in my pocketbook with me and reapply. Like people are like, longevity doesn't matter. Those people who are like, fragrances, if it's a scent I love, it can be gone in 30 minutes. No, it can't. Not with the money I be spending. You better stay. Something that I have found helps, perfume stay is that oil that's up underneath. And so I've bought from exotic fragrances in New York when I was there. I went to a Gold Star fragrance when I was in New York when I was there. I also have bought, last year I talked about Brown Sugar Babe, and I like Brown Sugar Babe. Don't get me wrong. Love her scents. They're just so expensive. And I just don't think that the price makes sense in terms of what I can get from the places I've visited this year. There's a Black owned business in Winston-Salem that I like, that it's called the Winston-Salem Oil Lady, or WS Oil Lady. I bought a lot of fragrances. I bought my sister some fragrances, oils and fragrance scents this Christmas from there. And then I've also liked Taj Essentials, which is here in Charlotte. And I think they probably have an online presence as well. So perfume oils have been my thing. Again, don't want to spend more than like $12 on them though. So Brown Sugar Babe, although love Black owned business, I know they also have some incredible scents that are like not duplicates or replicas. They are like tried and true, like they made that scent. However, I don't know. I'm just, fiscally responsible in this year has also been the term. And then I also love my EOS lotion. I've been liking that lotion just as a good base. I liked Bath and Body Works scents and lotions and body creams, all of that. But sometimes they don't, as a girl who likes to test out different fragrances, it doesn't provide like a good base. If you're already trying something like Champagne Toast or something that's already super scented already, and then you put a fragrance on that's I think the EOS, the cashmere vanilla or vanilla cashmere is just a good solid base, works for any scent, whether you're going clean, floral, vanilla, gourmand, like you're just doing woody, amber, like whatever you're doing, it just has a good base scent to it. And so I've been loving that. I don't know if I have another good body. However, I'll say what I'm excited to try. My best friend had her holiday soiree. We had a gift exchange. I got the Donna Karen that deodorant. I'm ready to try that because I saw it go up in 2025. 2025, that was the deodorant of life, and I want to give it a try in this year. And last but not least, let's go clothing. I've been also loving my Amazon lounge dresses. Like, I feel like I wear these all the time around the house. It just feels like, again, I feel sexy. Of course, I love my Emerson dress by Abercrombie. That's always going to be my summer dress. I don't care. It gives me Hill House, but not Hill House price. Hugs me in the right places. It covers, forgiving. I get compliments every time I wear one. It's just my signature dress, I think. And last but not least, I think it's my Aritzia effortless pants. Those are the pants I wear every week. You catch me in an Aritzia effortless pant. I've loved Aritzia for a while. We got one here in North Carolina. Have not been. We got a Zara. You know what's going to be crazy? As many vlogs as you watch to me, and I'm always like, I'm going to Zara because Charlotte doesn't have one. Charlotte got one December of 2025. I probably will never go. I don't know what it is, but I'll still shop there. Like, the thing about it is, I like going to places and shopping in like the stores. Like, I like going to like places that have Aritzia, but I will not shop in the Charlotte. I don't know what it is. It can't get me outside here, but y'all can get me outside to go to these places. It don't make sense, but I love the effortless pants. I don't get the curvy ones, so I'm always like, these would not be forgiving if I had a butt or if I had like some curves on me, because they're very straight. But if you had like a little bit of going on, I don't know how these pants would work. I think they do have a curve selection of them, but they are very straight sizes. But I like them because a girl who's very straight down there, who's not gifted in the behind section, they work well for me, and they feel flowy, they feel nice. I have them in at least 8 colors. I have the shorts. You see me wear the shorts all the time. Also, I've been loving button downs. I love a good button down. A button down hated to see me coming in 2025, and I got a lot of comments from people when I said I love a button down. They were like, "Yo, I'm a busty girl." I should have been more clear. Not just a very basic button down. I'm a busty girl too. I'm a 34H. And we might be creeping into that I. Okay, we might be creeping over to that I. Oh, but H is my good spot right now. I was really in denial when I was in the G. I'm a H. They're oversized. I'm wearing oversized button downs. They're not button downs where the buttons are going to be. They are completely oversized. So they're bigger than they need to be. I think they flatter me in a way. Button downs were my thing. I get mine from Zara. I think Zara has some of the good ones. H&M has great button downs that I've loved. Quince, I like some Quince button downs as well. And yeah, that has been my lifestyle everything favorites this year. But like I said in the intro, let me know anything that I should include in my next year favorites version. I'm all ears, eyes, all everything down below in that comment section, clearly, because I do what you guys want to see. That's what this channel is about. And if you enjoy this channel, give it a big thumbs up. Even if you didn't enjoy this channel or you don't enjoy this channel, give it a big thumbs up. We want more. We want more. We want more of you guys here in 2026. That's why we want you also pressing that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing that happens over here, and have that notification bell on so you're alerted when new things happen over here. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at LiaLavon89 to keep up with my shenanigans in real time. TikTok at LiaLavon, which is a few more shenanigans, all the book reviews and all that good stuff is there. So check me out there, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.